Welcome to the Soy Sauce. We're whipping up engaging discussions and insights on incredible books, pulling out the most powerful insights and practical takeaways so you can absorb incredible wisdom and spark new ideas all on your terms.
Let's sprinkle some soy sauce on your next book adventure.
Today, we're embarking on a deep dive into some really fascinating excerpts. They're from a book called The Power of Small Questions.
Right. And the mission today, it sounds simple, but the insights are, well, pretty powerful.
Yeah, we want to pull out the core ideas from this material about how asking, small, focused questions can be this kind of secret weapon.
A secret weapon for unlocking creativity, boosting performance.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Whether that's at work or maybe for your hobbies or just, daily life stuff.
It does sound a bit counterintuitive, doesn't it?
Mm.
We usually think big problems, they need big questions.
Right. Sweeping solutions.
But this core concept here is that simple, limited scope questions, they can actually get you some pretty significant results. It's more about focusing your energy on what's manageable.
Okay, let's unpack that a bit. So it's less like asking, how do I fix the global economy?
Oh, yeah, definitely not that.
And more like, what's maybe the smallest step I can take today about my own budget? Something like that.
Precisely. And this isn't a totally new idea either.
Yeah.
The source material links it quite nicely, actually, to the Kaizen philosophy, from Japanese business.
Oh, right. Kaizen. That's not about huge revolutionary changes, is it?
No, not at all. It's that relentless pursuit of small, continuous improvements, tiny tweaks.
Ah, okay. The idea that those little adjustments, when you keep doing them, they compound over time and lead to really big positive shifts.
Exactly that. And applying this Kaizen thinking, say, by encouraging employees to ask small, specific questions about their actual work.
Like, how can I make this one task maybe 5 seconds better?
Yeah, or what's just one tiny thing that would make this report a bit clearer? Questions like that. It motivates them, keeps them alert for those little opportunities to improve things.
And I guess that vigilance then pays off for the company, enhancing profitability, maybe cutting expenses through those small efficiencies.
Right, it does. But what's really interesting, and what the sources emphasize, are the benefits for the employees themselves when you foster this. It's not just about the bottom line.
They get a sense of ownership, maybe. Like their ideas matter.
Absolutely. Real fulfillment from seeing their small, focused ideas actually get implemented. They get to actively make their own daily tasks better.
Improving their own work environment, their processes.
Yeah, it builds the sense of agency. And that feeling, of being proactive, being involved, having those small contributions valued, it creates a positive loop.
Which then boosts their motivation. And that leads to better quality work, more engagement.
It's a really powerful cycle. Empowerment, productivity. It really captures that quote. I think it's often linked to John Wooden.
Oh, the basketball coach.
Yeah. Don't look for the quick, big improvement. Seek the small improvement one day at a time. The magic is in the consistency and, well, the smallness.
Okay, this is where, for me, it gets really fascinating, the brain science. Why do these small questions work so well?
So the sources explain that our brains, kind of interestingly, thrive on questions. They're like a little wake-up alarm, keeping the brain engaged and active.
But it's the size of the question that's key here, right? For our fear response.
Exactly. Our amygdala, that's the part wired for fight or flight, it reacts pretty strongly to big, daunting challenges or questions that just feel overwhelming.
So if I ask myself, how do I become CEO by next year, my amygdala might just freak out.
Pretty much. It can trigger that danger shutdown response. It feels impossible, leads to anxiety, maybe paralysis.
Okay.
But these small Kaizen-style questions, like the ones from the source, what can I do for just 5 minutes daily to be more efficient?
Or how can I avoid spending extra money today?
Yeah, those kinds of questions tend to bypass the fear response.
Because they feel doable, not threatening.
Exactly. They downplay the fear. They let the brain focus on solving the actual problem, taking a small action without getting paralyzed.
Makes sense.
And the sources also point out, when you consistently ask the same small question day after day, you stimulate the brain's cortex. That's the higher level thinking part.
Ah, so it's like you're planting this little seed question, and the cortex just kind of chews on it in the background.
Yes, that's a great way to put it. The cortex internalizes it, works on finding the answer, but without all the pressure and fear that a huge question would create.
Okay.
And apparently, the brain actually finds this process, well, enjoyable. Because the question isn't scary or demanding, the amygdala stays quiet.
While the cortex gets alert, attentive, and can just freely explore solutions.
Exactly. By framing things in this non-threatening, specific way, you kind of unlock the creative, problem-solving parts of your brain, make them accessible and eager to work.
Wow. Okay, so let's bring this home for everyone listening. What does this mean for you? How could applying this idea, asking these small, specific questions, help in your own work or your creative projects, maybe just managing daily life?
Instead of staring at some massive goal and asking, how on earth do I achieve this giant thing?
Yeah. The question becomes maybe, what's the very next tiny action I can take? Maybe just in the next 5 minutes.
It shifts the focus, doesn't it?
Hmm.
From the overwhelming outcome to the achievable process. Makes progress feel possible, even enjoyable.
And, that leads us to a final thought to ponder, building on this brain science. If asking a small, non-threatening question can keep that amygdala dormant, keep the fear response quiet, what else in your daily routine might be triggering unnecessary fear or stress?
That's a good question.
And could a different approach, maybe a smaller, more focused question or action, potentially disarm that fear?
Something to definitely carry with you and think about.
Okay, that's all. Thank you for listening.
We'd love to hear your thoughts and experiences. Leave a comment below.
Yeah, definitely. And if you enjoyed this deep dive, hit that like and subscribe now.
We can't wait to share more incredible book insights with you next time. Goodbye.